Jack, I think I know where you're heading.
Okay.
You're going to go and meet with your handlers. Gonna meet with the Ordo Dracul, aren't you?
Yep.
Alright. You know where they are. They are at the Lucas Wheeler Hospital and Institute of Medicine. The Institute is a rather large campus comprised of an entire block's worth of buildings. The traffic around it buzzes with ambulance sirens and relieved outpatient vehicles. Your destination is a little quieter, one of the less occupied parking garages on the eastern side of campus. It connects directly to the necrosis study ward, where a weary-looking woman in scrubs greets you at the front desk. Hey there, here to make a donation? I need your name if you're checking in.
No, actually, I'm here to discuss. Sorry, hold on 1 second. Need a name. I'm here to talk with Dr. Joseph.
Dr. Joseph, Dr. Joseph.
I'm sorry, failing that, Miss Bass. Is she present?
Oh, yes, she definitely is. How about your name real quick so I can put you through the system? You probably got a schedule.
Yeah, it should be under, Steel.
Steal. Just one of those. She goes ahead and types in a few things, and, she types on her computer, and the dot matrix printer behind her whirs to life as loudly as possible. She, hands you the printout, and it appears to be a schedule. Nurse Practitioner Andre Gallant, room 127, debrief. Dr. Patricia Bass, room 222, examination. Officer Rex Ferguson, room 373, assignment. Along with the schedule, she also hands you a security badge with guest on it in big friendly green letters. You hear a buzz and a click from a locked double door on your right that leads deeper into the building. Here you go, hon. Everything should be nice and right as rain, and Mrs. Bass will be able to handle anything you need to tell her.
Alright, thank you.
Alright, so you have your schedule. Gonna follow it?
Oh yeah, of course.
Alright. Room 127 is just down the hallway. The sanitized buzz of the hospital wing is all that you hear and see. Room 127 is a simple office. Spartan. 1 second. Alright, had a little interruption there. Okay. Room 127 is a simple office. Spartan. A young, undead man is sitting on the other side of the table, wearing a suit with a white lab coat over the top of it. The seat he points to in front of his desk is hard, uncomfortable plastic. He sets an old tape recorder on the desk and turns it on. Debrief 3, August 15, 2017. Let's not waste time, Mr. Steele. I will ask you questions as necessary. Otherwise, please describe events from when your mission began. First, was your mission a success?
I would consider it partial success. It's still ongoing. By the way, this is Jack Steele speaking.
Of course.
Of course, for the recording.
So, please continue. Begin at the beginning.
Yes, after receiving my mission, I went out to find leads on the stolen property, and I encountered a group of fellow kindred.
A group.
Yes.
Could you please describe them?
Let's see. There's a short male, looks foreign. Goes by the name of Adam Fallher, something like that. I recently discovered that he is a sorcerer of some sort, self-described. There is a college professor that goes by Thomas. I'm sorry, I do not remember a last name. Oh wait, would I put it on my phone?
Did you? Do you normally put that on your phone?
You know what? I don't know many Thomases, I'm guessing, so I'm going to say no. Thomas, college professor, something with archaeology. Local, though, I know that because he just got a phone call about stuff when I was near him. So, probably somewhere here in the city. There is a thief of a woman, goes by Sire. I don't think I ever caught her last name. She's very good with computers and stuff, but otherwise I have no idea what the hell she does. I think that's everybody. Oh, no, sorry. There is a guy named Gene something. I don't know his last name or what he does, but he's associated with Thomas. Also, an intellectual of some sort, and they're, I think it's, Gene is Thomas's, sire, and Gene's sire is named Monty. He's apparently, a very...
Monty.
Yes,
Oh,
you know
no.
Monty then. Okay, very old vampire. I may have taken care of Monty. I do not know. I assume I will find out. I will get to that in the debrief.
Right, but a quick question, of course. Monty's not involved in this investigation, is he? He wasn't there? Or
He is
was?
involved in as much as he is a member of the cadre of people that I have had to be forced into contact with.
The man in front of you turns to his computer and begins immediately writing something. Please continue. I'm just making a note here.
Adam is constantly in contact with a number of people as well. One is named Greg. I don't know his last name. I believe he's a ghoul. There is George. Sorry again, I did not have a good memory for these things. Out of character, 1.intelligence.
It's alright, as much as you can remember.
He is part of one of the mafioso families. He's apparently the son of one of the leaders, so I guess if you can figure out which one of them has a son named Greg. I killed him. I'm sorry, not Greg, George. I killed him in an attempt to help Adam out of a certain situation, and it turns out alright, I guess, because he apparently became a kindred, too, so you put that in your notes. Yeah. Let's see. Also he has some sort of association with someone called Wild something. Wild Heart, Wild Dance, Wild Fang, Wild Song, something wild. I think she's a whore. I may be inconsequential, but I'm trying to be thorough here. I met Adam, Thomas, and Sarah outside of a building owned by a gentleman named Ryugi, who's apparently listed as dead, or at least his family is, and a lot of the stuff that I was sent to retrieve or ensure that it did not fall into other people's hands was in the basement of his mansion. So I promptly set fire to it to ensure that nobody else would be able to handle it, because it was a very large collection, and I do not think I would have been able to retrieve all of it without some of it falling into somebody else's hands.
I see. This is quite a lot to take in.
Yes, however,
I
unfortunately...
feel maybe we skipped a little bit. So there's a large group, they are investigating, and you followed up on the same lead as them and encountered them.
Yes, they're investigating a person, and that person is the one that stole our stuff, right? But that person also has other information and apparently capabilities beyond a normal person. So I'm still investigating them, trying to track them down, as is this other group, to ensure that they don't have more secrets of ours.
I see. A good precaution.
As I said, Ryugi something, I don't know their last name either. I don't think it ever came up.
So what is the current state of your investigation?
May have been on the headstones, though, so if you want to investigate a mansion that caught on fire, and the owners of said mansion, that probably would give you a last name. Would have happened 2 nights ago, I want to say. Probably 3 nights ago, actually.
Very well.
Just today, in fact, we were investigating another tie to the Ryugi person, which took us down to Old Gotham. Again, this was the Adam person I mentioned, Thomas, as I mentioned, and the Sire person I mentioned. Also with a number of other ghouls and embraced child, and you know the deal. Took them all down there to Old Gotham to retrieve some sort of artifact skull sort of thing. I don't know exactly why it was important at this juncture, but it's supposed to bring us closer to Ryugi. Encountered a woman by the name of Lily Hunt down there as well. Monty became present at some point. And this is why I say I may have taken care of Monty, because I fell into the sewer of Old Gotham, so the sewer of the sewer, and encountered a number of, I can only describe them as Nosferatu-like creatures, but they were not vampires themselves. Like an entire massive swarm of them.
Very strange.
And I
don't do any more particulars.
Well, they were very thin. I shot one's leg off and it kept coming at me. They had very rubbery skin, pale, thin creatures. They climb on walls.
And
then
almost sounds familiar.
There was a whole mass of them down there. So I lured them back up from that sub-sewer into Old Gotham because Lily Hunt was having a face-off with Monty down there. With a couple of her own children, I imagine. So what I did was I lured that massive swarm of creatures to Monty and Lily, jumped on the ladder, which was the entrance to Old Gotham, destroyed the ladder so nobody could escape, and hoped that the massive creatures would eliminate both Monty and Lily.
I see. And can you possibly confirm that he's been eliminated?
I cannot. I locked the entrance to Old Gotham at that point. It was about 60 feet straight up the locked grate, since I destroyed the ladder leading up to it. So all I could do was leave them down there with one another. Again, it was a mass of creatures that were seemingly attacking anything that they could see. Lily, Lily and her 3 children that were there, going after Monty, and Monty basically against everybody. So it would seem to me that if anybody was going to go down, it would be Monty. But it seems that you already know Monty, so you know it's probably not likely that he went down there.
Yes. In fact, I'll be sending a warning that they need to prepare a Monty package for you.
That's fine. Like I said, I'm trying my best.
At any rate. This sounds like quite a bit of information. So, you went down to the sewers to investigate a lead. What did you actually find?
There was a old museum down there, which was filled with dogs that lived, I want to say, like 25 times their normal lifespan, protecting a body. And apparently the body also had the skull on it or something. The skull that they were trying to find.
Could you describe this skull?
I cannot.
What is it, and what is it supposed to do?
I do not know. It's just some skull that apparently is a lead that they thought they needed. Again, in these instances, I'm going on the fact that they are looking for the same person that I am. So when they find a lead that they're sure is going to help, I attempt to assist them in that.
Interesting.
So I know it has something to do with maybe the god Set, or Anubis, or something dog-related.
Well, Set is the dog one. I remember that much.
Well, Anubis is too, isn't he?
Is he?
I don't know.
No, maybe Set is the anteater one. They're so weird.
I don't know. I just don't know. Again, I'm trying to help
one
them.
Second, I got my phone. And he goes ahead and just holds up a finger, and he wikis it real quick. And he turns the page over to you, and he just shows you Set with the anteater face.
And
It's like, see, it has like this long bridge of a nose.
Jack just somewhat leans down towards the tape recorder. Either way, the skull was human.
The skull was not human, out of character.
The skull was not human, is what I said.
Oh, okay.
No, I said it was human, but I'm just joking. I did not know. I thought the skull was human.
No, it was a dog skull.
Okay, I did not know that.
All right. So he puts away his phone back into his pocket and looks over and he goes, "Well, this is a very interesting set of events. Anything else you'd like to add, or any important information or notes?"
Oh, yes, Adam brought, George back from the dead before he embraced him. Again, Adam was the one self-proclaimed to be a sorcerer.
I see. Some sort of ritual, then?
I would not be able to tell you. He took him to a cemetery. One for humans, it looks like. And he came back alive.
Interesting. Very well, then. If that's all, this debrief is concluded.
Okay.
Goes ahead and presses the button on the tape recorder. Well then, that's number 3. I just have 4, 5, and possibly 6 if it shows up. Oh, this is gonna be a fun night. Gosh, Monty, I don't envy you right now.
That's fine. I'll figure out how to handle this.
Well, it's not the first time we've had to deal with Monty. We'll have something prepared.
Alright. Alright, thank you.
Alright.
I think I have another appointment down the hall. Do you need me to sign anything?
No. Simply your presence here was enough.
Okay.
Alright, and you head along. Room 222 is on the next floor. Taking the elevator is the most expedient path, and taking it up, you feel quite alone as it drowns out any noise for a moment. A few of the second floor lights are flickering on and off, but it hardly disturbs your vampiric vision. You hear a slight vibration through the walls as you walk down the hall. Something loud being muffled. It's intermittent and high-pitched and oddly familiar, but you don't immediately put your finger on what it could be. Inside room 202 is Dr. Patricia Bass, the woman from when you woke up just a few nights ago. She's dressed more professionally this time, in scrubs and a coat, with a clipboard in one hand. And as you close the door, the odd vibrations become a bit more clear before it's cut off inside the room entirely. It was a scream of pain.
Of course.
Oh, suppose I don't have to check your heart rate for this, but there's a couple questions we'll go through, and we'll see how those implants are doing.
Well, also, I don't know if you wanted to look at the damage. You're going to gesture to his face where he looks kind of like the Terminator.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
well,
I assume
sure
that'll
you can
heal
look
and
that right up.
everything, but...
Well, as long as it's well open, we may as well tear off a little bit more and get a good peek at what's underneath.
Okay.
Alright, she goes ahead and sets you down on the table, and she'll pull out a scalpel and she'll start cutting away some of your skin and trying to take a look at some of the exposed parts of your mechanics that weren't visible before. She takes down a few notes and asks you a few questions about how you're feeling, how everything is functioning, and generally if you're having any problems at all.
I have, I've been 2 days into, not taking my, shot, so I'm going to have to take it before the night's over. So,
You still have your
otherwise,
current supply of it, don't you?
yes, I haven't taken any as of yet.
Well, I'm still waiting for the next shipment to show up, but I'll be sure to transfer it over to you as soon as I get it.
Alright, thank you.
But everything looks fine. Here, go ahead and take this, she says as she hands you a small handful of blood bags. Go ahead and drink this up and just knit that back up.
Okay.
Probably wouldn't be too good for people to see it.
Shit, Is it too late to amend something into my previous discussion with the other guy? Do you have a tape recorder on you?
You can go ahead and amend it. What were you thinking?
Adam saw me like this, as did Thomas, as did Sarah.
Alright. Good point. One moment.
I told them they would be better if they were quiet about it, but they did see me like this, and one of them specifically mentioned, I think it was Adam, that I looked like the Terminator, so
Gotcha.
I don't think he thought that I fell into a glam rock band.
Okay. Alright. So I'm going to take a quick little break here, I think. No, I'll go ahead and finish up the scene, then we can call it afterwards. You do have one more place on your schedule. And Padisha Base seems more than happy with your little checkup.
Okay. Did she top me up? Is that what happened?
There is one vitae worth of blood in those blood packets. You can heal 2 bashing off of it.
Okay.
That'll knit up the wounds and make them disappear, even if the damage is still there.
From my 5 bashing and 1 lethal.
Yeah. But there's one room left on your schedule. Room 373 is one more floor up. This time, the elevator ride doesn't seem quite so quiet and lonely. Not when the elevator pitch matches up with the quiet screams still ringing through the walls coming from down below. On this floor, you see a quiet red alarm light flashing on and off, and blood trails down the hallway. And you can see a door smashed open on your right. The blood trails off towards the left. Your destination is on the other side of the floor, and away from all the mess as you spot 2 black armored blurs rushing past you towards the direction of the bloodstain.
I'm just gonna keep going to the room I'm supposed to go to.
Alright. You ignore this mess, and somewhere down the hall you hear an intense high-pitched screech and the sounds of gunfire. But it doesn't bother you at all.
No.
Room 373 appears to be a small armory, with a secure desk with a bulletproof glass lining off the goods, while on your sides are several personnel lockers. A portly man in a blue security room sits on the other side of the protected desk. Hey, you Jack?
That'd be me.
Hey, just on time. I don't have much of anyone else tonight. Well, except for the guys managing the incident right now.
Yeah, just walked past that a second ago.
Yeah, well, they'll have it under control in no time.
I'm sure.
Let's see, what do I got you here? Got you here for 1 capture and a Monty package. Oh no, you didn't see Monty, did you?
Constantly see Monty.
Oh no. Well, better dust it off then. And he'll leave vision for a moment behind the shelves and come back with a syringe and a small brown package. He puts the syringe in the airlock for you to pick up. There are symbolic markings around the glass of it. The interior is filled with a blue liquid. This will allow non-lethal capture of your current objective. If you inject it into your body and then bite shortly after, it will induce a state of torpor for a few hours, allowing you to return them here for questioning. The bite will only stay that way for a short while.
Even if they're not a vampire?
No, I think they are.
Okay.
This will, like I said, it'll influence them to torpor.
I'm just asking in case. What if they're not a vampire? Will that still do the same thing?
Yes, it will. Though, maybe with a high degree of chance of cancer. We haven't tested that yet.
Okay.
I'm sure it won't be a problem. He just kind of waves his hand dismissively.
And what's in the Monty package?
The Monty package. That has a... He pulls up his, his pad and looks at it. A strict do not open policy on it. It says if possible you are to present it as a gift, but otherwise you should try finding some way to get him to open it and not be in the same building.
Oh, it's an explosive. Okay.
Yeah, kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like I'm going to give it to him with the instructions.
I'm pretty sure he still can't read your mind or anything, so you'll be fine.
Okay. How big is the Monty package, by the way?
The Monty package is, about a two-hand size box. About 6 inches by 6 inches by maybe about another 4 high. So a little flat.
I can already see it now. The point where Jack is beaten to near death and all he has left is the Monty package. Some sort of suicide maneuver. Monty, please, take this.
It is a very small and unassuming package. It's covered in brown wrapping paper and it has a very, old-looking string tied around it to keep it closed.
Okay.
Alright. Well, guess that'll do you for now. Unless you need more ammo or something. Hey, you still using that bow?
Serves me well.
Hey, you need some more arrows? You good on those?
Can always use more arrows.
Alright. We also got some extra ammunition. We got all the different millimeters here if you need it. So go ahead and stock up as much as you want. Just fill out this form, and I'll give them to you.
Alright. Spend the time doing that.
Alright. And so you finish off your little meeting to the Order Dracul. Adam has sent out his call, and Thomas is currently dealing with what he has to deal with. I'm going to go ahead and end the session here for now, and this will give me something to work off of, and maybe it'll be the next night tomorrow. I might hold off on that and give like 1 more hour to see what happens. Everyone gets a beat for participating, and let's see, anyone do any particular goals? Adam, I'm going to give you a beat for following through with the corpse thing right now.
Alright.
Thomas.
Yeah.
I don't think you've accomplished anything, have you? Or, well, you're dealing with mortal affairs.
Yeah.
So,
Mortal affairs.
you're trying to arrange a meeting. I'll give you a beat.
Mhm.
And, Jack, I'm going to give you a Monty beat.
Well, I'd also say that I did accomplish my last aspiration.
Which one was that?
Use my gifts to help somebody. I did bring the skull to Adam.
This is true. I'll go ahead and give you that too.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. And so far, this has been a nice, successful session.
Mm.
All right. And next time, we're going to have Sarah. We're going to introduce a new player, and it's going to be a fun time.
Yay.
All right. So let's see. So cutting it here. Venture Swag, I think, wants to talk with everyone. I got a little bit of lunch here. I'm going to eat it and then return.